No Half Steppin with Marcus J. We back, y'all. Thank y'all, everybody, for staying with us as we progress through the night. We had a couple of comments. My brother Hakeem is listening to us. He agrees with yours truly. He was about to say something similar to what I said, but he held on to his comment. I think I kind of stole a little bit of his thunder. He continues that all the pro-black people don't even know why we have Black History Month. It's ironic and it's shameful. So definitely agree with that assessment. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. It's time for us to do what we came here to do tonight, and that is the Diva Diaries. Of course, we got our dating pool diva. She's in the building, and it's time for us to get through the Diva Diaries, the relationship segment that we have here on Ain't No Half Stepping with Marcus J. Every single fourth Monday of the month. It's time for the dating pool diva to take it away. What you got, sis?
Hey, Marcus.
What up, what up, what up?
I got some good stuff for you tonight.
Shocker.
Yeah, I got some good stuff.
Shocker.
Y'all want the serious stuff or the fun stuff?
Let's go serious first.
Let's go serious first. Since we just spent the last hour and 45 minutes serious, so let's finish up serious, and then we can have the fun on the back end.
Right.
Okay, so you want the serious?
You want serious first.
Serious first. Okay. Well, the serious is basically we're going from our love revolution discussion and just continuing with that, which was, where does the healing begin? So we talked about that at the Love Revolution this past Saturday. We had a ball there, and we discussed, how our community, specifically Black community, we have such a hard time connecting, on a global community level and also in our relationships. And my question is, and that's the premise of my love revolution that I started 3 years ago, was where does the healing begin? What do we need to do in order to start healing as a community and in our relationships? Grizzly, can you go first?
Yeah, I'll go. Healing, give me more specific. Healing from what? Like pain? Or, I guess you have to have pain to heal.
Well, I see the wound in our community.
What's the wound?
The wound is that we are hurting each other physically,
hurt people.
Emotionally, spiritually. We're just hurt people, and I want to know, as a race and as a community, in our relationships that are falling apart left and right, what can we do to begin the healing so we can move on from that?
All right, I get it. I take a little different approach from it because I don't think you say as a community. I really think that's an individual thing. That's while you were saying it, I was saying hurt people. So right. You got to first start it within, self-discovery within. So if you have not reconciled any hurt that you might have been through, or pain, any repressed, any issues that as you've grown into adulthood, or if you've matured, if you haven't conquered that, whether it's through prayer, whether it's through educating yourself, whether it's through whatever it is, you're not going to be able to not hurt anybody else. Because most people project that if they have not healed themselves, they project that on the next person in the relationship. So it takes a community, and I think that's where mental health comes in, that's where communication comes in, that's where the church comes in, that's where families need to stay together instead of breaking apart, come in, because people need that foundation to be able to say, I hurt, and to know that if you hurt, somebody's going to be there to be supportive of you and not, kick you to the curb. So individually, you have to try to work on yourself first. Then after that, you will find a mate who has also done the same thing, and that way, that's the utopian love, I would like to say, because a lot of people are in love, but they might have been hurt and they might not have dealt with it, so they have a jaded sense of what love is, or how to communicate, or how to express their feelings. So takes two people to be in a relationship. Can't have a relationship by yourself.
Right.
One person heals, conquers all of their demons. The other person heals, conquers all of those demons. And those are people that need to be together. One person who hasn't can't be with somebody who has not conquered those things. So when you say as a community, I don't think we just have to be around like-minded individuals. We have to encourage the love in the marriage, like Miss Blue Sapphire got, you know.
You put an old name out.
Yeah, we got that's what we have to do as a community. I like to see, you know, couples, you know, get together, mold strong and all of that stuff.
Okay,
Question.
I'm about to go left field a little bit.
You can. It's
I'm
okay.
glad you opened up that door there. I have noticed that couples, particularly black couples, that are happy, that are prosperous together, tend to do their own thing.
Right.
Or either with, like you said, like-minded people. What about the rest of us, man?
Yeah, y'all ass out. I mean,
Well, and is that right though?
yes, because you have to find your own. You have to find your own journey. It's like for me when I do my kids' homework, 10th grade algebra, and he says, "Dad, I need some help," or he's asking me for too much help, and he hasn't challenged himself. I already went through high school. I already did that.
But you helping your son, aren't you?
No, I
You
already
don't help
did.
him at all?
I help him a little bit, but I'm not gonna do your work for you. I'm going to challenge you to understand what, I mean, of course I'm going to help him if he needs help, but I'm not going to let him fail. But I'm not the crutch that you should be looking to 'cause otherwise you're not going to fully understand what algebra is. Challenge yourself. Like Marcus said, I'm a big proponent of challenging, especially my kids. So to single people, when you say, like, yeah, married people most of the time hang out with other married people. They don't really got time or spend time with single people. If a single person solicits any advice from me, I give it to them. But I'm not going to sit there and say, you know, I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to be like, go get yourself a husband or go get yourself a wife. You know, I ain't going to tell you how to do it because I don't know how you might do it. I can tell you what worked for me, you know.
Right. But those strong couples had some kind of help along the way to get where they are.
Yeah, but I think the help was experience. There is no, for me, there is no, that's like asking somebody, how was it the first time you lost your virginity? You don't know unless you actually go ahead and lose your virginity. So to single people to say, well, how did you get the one? Or how did you, how have you been able to be married for so long? I talked to my granddad before he passed before I got married. And I was just like, Granddad, how you do it? He said, you make it sound like it's hard. I was like, I think it is. He was like, it ain't hard. It's just you got to find somebody you want to live the rest of your life with and commit. It's a commitment. It's not it's not dipping your toe in the water and then coming out because it's too cold or too hot. You got to do it, and there can't be no fear in it. You got to have faith. You know, that's my advice to single people, and I've known Sheikah for a long time.
You gonna pull me all the way
my
out.
bad. Charisma for a long time, and she's been. You still single, right?
Yes, and I'm happily single.
I know. See, you need to be unhappily single and dip your whole body in the water.
What if that's not what I want?
Then you don't.
Yes, I want to be happy with another person, but marriage is not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
How you procreate?
That's another discussion.
How you
we're not going there.
You going to Oprah tub? Oprah ain't,
people don't have to get married to procreate.
You know why Oprah ain't got no babies and why Oprah ain't married Steppin?
Why is that?
She said the same thing like you. What's wrong with it? You know, but if all
why
women,
does there have to be something wrong with a person?
It's nothing. I'm not saying there's something wrong.
Or if they choose to be single for the rest of their life.
I'm highbrowing it a little bit and saying, well, what if all women bought into that theology that I don't need to get married. I don't need to have no babies.
But you just finished saying that everybody has their own journey.
Yes, I would hope more women want to get married and more women want to put out babies so we can keep the world going. And all the women,
not gonna shut down the babies.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I hope that's in my.
Plenty of unmarried women doing that.
True, but I mean it's the best way to foster that is within a marriage. I think. I mean you can all. I mean. We could live in a hippie commune and all have kids and not be married and raise the kids, and the kids will be well adjusted and everything else. But
I agree with you. A child should be brought up with two parents.
There could be
women,
man. It doesn't matter. Just have a communal family. You know, you can't. It's not fair to the kid to be doing it all by yourself. You know, statistics show that 2 incomes is better than 1. You know, you don't want to put your kid on free lunch. You know, that's just speak your point.
Okay. Okay.
You got
Great.
more questions? Because I know
No, I'm done with
we
you.
could do this.
I'm done with you
Okay.
for right now,
All right.
Toyana. Back to the central question, which is how do we, help bring people together as a community, in our relationships. It's no secret that our community is suffering when it comes to relationships, and what can we do to bring about healing?
I just want to say, Jay, first, I am so proud of you.
What
You
I
see,
say?
I was just nodding and just agreeing with you.
I saw it. What would I do?
I didn't give you a
different?
high five. You did good without the balls on, you know what.
Oh, I didn't say any
holding all
vulgar
that
stuff. I wanted
yeah,
to.
you did good.
I wanted to.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I think that to answer your question, Di, and I agree, and actually everything that Jay was saying, I would just flip it in my female voice that I do agree with. Actually, 90% of what he said, that it's hurt people do hurt people. I think that when you are in a situation that you cannot heal yourself, I believe that you should get professional help. I do. I think that if you've been in a relationship that was abusive, it doesn't have to be physically or verbally. It could just be something come to repetitively all the time. Every time you pick the wrong dude, I pick the wrong girl. Well, maybe it's you. It's not them, and it's probably you because you're picking them. That maybe you have to have somebody who is not family and who's not your pastor and who's not your lunch buddy at work, but someone who is a professional, experienced person to kind of diagnose your problems and kind of help you get through that. I do want to answer to Grizzy, though, because Grizzy, I'm going to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
All those chicks talking about they don't want to get married, that's a lie.
They do. I know.
That's a lie because, even myself, I was like, oh, I'm done.
How'd you
I'm
come
done.
around?
I'm done. And here I am. I got, some weight on my hand.
Mm-hmm. How'd you come around, though? What got you to come around to that? Off of that, I don't want to this, that, and the other. I think that's like it's not a bitter thing that women do that. I think it's giving up. It's like an easy cop-out. Like I could easily cop out in my
It's
30s and say,
said
oh,
than done.
Right.
It's easier said. It's easy for someone to say, "Oh, I don't want to be with anybody," but let Christmas come around, let Valentine's come around, let your birthday come around, or let the continual Fridays and Saturday nights when you're at home watching reruns come around. Your beat of your drum is going to change.
I want some of that.
So as for me, I can only say that it was a time, it was an opportunity, and whatever happened, I can only say that a lot of it, because I'm a spiritual person, a lot of it really had just to do with just God and my spirit just really condemning me because I'm saying one thing, but really my feelings are saying another.
She showed you though, didn't it?
Absolutely, So after a while, you can say what you don't want and who you're not gonna like, but when you're by yourself alone, like truly by yourself alone, you'll have many opportunities to kind of think about it. And, we're not getting any younger here around this table. I'm not.
I know I am.
So if I were to have the opportunity, I want to definitely make sure I have that. But I do want to go back to you again, Di, about couples, right, hanging with singles. And helping, I guess your question is also, how can we help our next single friend that find the same thing that we found? Is that pretty much where you're going?
Not necessarily giving advice unless asked, but just
Helping.
being around. How about modeling some healthy relationships? I don't really, to be quite honest, I don't know that many people who have had long-term, happiness, like for many, many, many years. Like I have married friends, but they're in divorces or they're separated or whatever, or they're unhappy in their marriages. Like I know more of those than I know of the happy couples.
No football team goes undefeated ever, So only one football team has ever went undefeated in the whole history of the NFL. I use that analogy to say, yes, you're going to have defeats in the marriage game. You're going to have some folks who I won't say fail at it, but they just, it didn't work out. But that's just life. I mean, y'all distracting me so much. I need my medicine.
But
Hold.
I think for me being in a relationship that I'm in, I don't have a problem with hanging with single individuals. But I think what I'm learning in the relationship with me going into getting ready to get married is that it's not that we don't want to spend time with our single friends. I think we try to spend as much time to get to know each other and prepare. And life has a weird twist to it, because when you got two people now in one household, there's other responsibilities to where when you were single, I don't have to come home unless I want to. It's such and such. You can't do that.
I'm checking in right now.
I'm checking in. And your single friends, out of respect, you want them to enjoy their singlehood, because when you do become in a committed relationship, it is exactly that word, committed.
It's a team. It's a team thing.
And we don't ever want you to feel left out. So,
Got a comment?
Okay, I have a comment from Jackie.
Hey, Jackie.
She says, I just think that some women are aggressive about our happiness. We want to be happy in a relationship or single. I think it's a great thing as a woman to have that option. A lot of women in some cultures do not. I couldn't agree more with Jackie.
I agree.
We should have the option.
So the option to do not is like they get hit over the head like a caveman and get dragged into a home or something?
No, this culture is hitting us over the head. You're supposed to get married. You're supposed to have children. What if you are happy being single? Maybe you might want to have a companion. You may not want to get married and have the kids in the typical, everyday family life.
So
what's wrong?
So what you fussing for?
My question,
because if that's what we want, then why are we talking about it? You know what I mean? Like if women, and we'll say women because you're a woman,
right?
But we can say people. If people should be given the right, which they should, obviously, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you or Jackie. But what I'm saying is, if we know that you have the right, like Oprah, to be with Steppin and choose not to get married and have kids, why is it something that we need to even talk about? She chose not to get married, so why are we talking about it?
But you know what? I have but my concern, and correct me, I think what Dies is trying to share is that, yes, single women or men, we do have that choice.
Right.
Okay. We do have that choice, but I think whatever the choice that they decide, it should not alienate them. They should not alienate them from seeing what a happy couple is, or a married couple is, or how to be successful. Because if you do see that, then eventually it could change your mind frame to wanting that.
I guess my question is, if you want to be happily single, then why do you care what couples are doing? Because couples, chances are couples ain't sitting around worrying what singles is doing.
No.
Where I'm coming from is, in that situation, let's say I am dating someone seriously, and I want some guidance. I want to have something modeled. Some guidance.
Guidance. Okay.
Guidance.
Say guys.
Or modeling from another couple that are successful, been together for a while. They have their tough times and their good times, but they're happy.
I wouldn't guide him. I mean, I wouldn't guide a single guy if he's our age and he's just dating. There's nothing I can say to him. He's long in the tooth.
I think what I hear you saying is that you don't know too many 30, 40 something married couples that are happy. Basically,
not that many, and I
could dig it.
The few that are hiding in caves.
Okay, well, I can dig it, but see, I guess what my response to that is, I steal this from K-Dub all the time. You got to create the world you live in. You can't be worrying about what other people is doing so that can make you happy. You can't be worrying about somebody modeling what happy looks like so that you can figure it out. You got to figure it out.
And I would say that. I mean, I'm getting ready to join y'all's club in October.
It's beautiful. The weather's just fine over here. I'm
getting ready to sign my membership card off, and my single lady club card is getting ready to, get put in the back pocket. But I will say this, that if you want to model a couple, or if you want to hang with a couple, I don't think no couple is going to say no. I don't think they're in hiding.
Grizzly gonna say.
But I will say that as just for me, I'm just transitioning. I still hang out with my single girlfriends.
But you won't when you get married.
But that no, that
She
I
shouldn't
disagree.
though once you get married. I mean, not the.
That's wrong, though.
I disagree with
Supposed to be
that.
friends.
No, I disagree with
The
that.
single girl ain't gonna have much to do in common with a married
Y'all
woman.
still friends, though.
Huh?
But I'm gonna still hang
Not a
with.
friend, no.
with whoa! I'm gonna still hang with Di.
Yeah.
But if if Di says, Toyana, I wanna go out to dinner. Woo, we going out to dinner. But at 9 o'clock, I need
Who the hell is
Toyana.
Yeah, I'm
Princess
saying the
Di.
same thing. Like you're confusing all
Di
of the
Charisma.
listeners.
Charisma
They
Di.
don't know me as Di or Sheikah.
Well, we done put the whole name. We done broke it down.
I got so many
I
names.
know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, it's just if I want to hang with her, I can do that. But at a respectable time, I need to make sure that
You bring her ass home, and
I'm
at 12
respecting
o'clock, she gonna
my
still
man.
want to turn up.
And she can, but I
I mean, and then you can stay and still turn up. It depends on how you got your stuff back home. But my point is like, no, there's nothing wrong with it, and that's not a challenge to the friendship, so to speak. It's just on two different levels. And here's my point, dating pool diva. Too many people are putting marriage and dating on the same freaking level.
And it's not.
And it's not. And that's devaluing marriage. That's devaluing the importance and the commitment. If that's the case, I could have been a perpetual boyfriend or, forever, or a serial monogamous forever. It takes a little bit more. It takes a little bit more. And that is nothing, again, I'm not, if it sounds like I'm judgy, I want everybody to experience what I experienced,
But if
good,
everybody-
bad, and different.
If everybody was able to have that opportunity, like Toyana said earlier,
People
to
get-
meet that person.
People too picky in America. We might say on a humanistic level, on a human rights level, back in third world countries, women get married all the time to men they don't even know. You can even use it in this country, and I use it in my own family when I did my own family tree. My great grandmother was 15 years old. Her husband, my great grandfather, was 30 years old, and I got the backstory on it. The reason they got married, it was because my great grandfather, my great great grandmother got pregnant. Her father said, "Oh, you gonna marry?" On the farm, y'all gonna get jumped the broom, old school style, and that's what happened. Now, my 15-year-old great-grandmother probably had nothing in common other than getting it on with my great-great-grandfather, but they stayed married up until he passed when I was born in 1972, and I got married in 1932. So that's 40 years. Now, granted, they might not have been the greatest 40 years, but if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be here. So my point my point in saying that is, damn, right. I mean, yeah, it's like, you gotta.
so wrong, guys.
Too, would they have gotten married had it not been the baby? Probably not.
No, I
you
think
just said they had nothing in common.
The culture back then was you couldn't have an abortion, or you had an abortion, your life was in danger. So for my grandmother to even be born, it's better to do it under the umbrella of a family. Because you couldn't, imagine in 1930 Southern Virginia, a single mother, she's a domestic, how could she get by? Men were needed back then, 100%, because they was the breadwinners. Women stayed home and took care of the kids. My point is that we put all of these, in modern times, we put all of these prerequisites on the right one. You're never gonna know. You're not gonna know. Once you get there, you might be like, I don't like the way you start brushing your teeth when you sit. He brushes teeth on the left side. You don't like it. Is that a deal breaker? He puts his shoes.
Of course not. But most people want to know who they are getting involved with on that level. It's not just an arranged marriage or, you know what I'm saying, they forced into it because they got pregnant.
Look, you're never going to get to know, Sheikah, when you jump the broom, you're not going to know all about him.
Of course not, but you should know something.
You're going to know something, but you're going to know a little bit extra about 10 years down the road. You're going to like the way he picked jelly between his toes.
All right, time out. Go to the corners. Ding, 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 ding.
Come on.
All right.
Wait a minute. Get y'all straight.
We have Michelle K. Robinson.
That's my girl.
Hey,
Love Revolution.
She
Michelle.
said it too, ain't it? Jump the broom, girl. What you
And
waiting on?
Michelle says, I agree
Thank you.
with author Charisma,
Oh,
Dr.
boy.
Sugar Miller, and
You sipping that Kool-Aid.
Toyana Yvette Wall, Girl Power. And she pretty much said, and thanks Michelle for sharing, I enjoy being single, but I would love to be in a loving relationship, whether it means being
Mark, why you bring me here
married
for this bull crap?
or in a long-term relationship. I have plenty of married friends, and we still go out and enjoy ourselves.
But you the only one single, Michelle. Get a husband tomorrow.
Well, wait a minute. I don't think
the
that was
pressure.
cool.
I don't think.
I don't think that was cool right there.
What's not cool?
I mean,
What you just said.
Get a
wasn't
husband
cool.
tomorrow.
if it was so easy to get a husband or a wife, everybody would have at least gotten their own sample package and popped it open and gave it a try.
Let me
Yeah,
just
you
say
act like
this,
there's a
y'all.
lineup or
Let-
something.
Not.
Let me say this.
Y'all are too
Just
picky.
the truth of the matter is, just because you married don't make you happy. You know
Of
what I
course
mean?
not.
That's the one thing.
But that
And-
comes
and
with it.
So you running around searching for this,
Mystical.
this mystical marriage thing that
Hang it
people say in our country and in our world. You gotta get married. You gotta get married. You gotta get married. And then when you get married, you're like,
I'm
Wrong.
not hearing people,
a lot
I'm
of-
not
a lot of-
hearing
Fairy
people
tale.
saying, I got to get married,
well,
I got to get
but
married.
see, that's the whole point of, in my mind.
I had
That's,
to.
I'm not
that's,
hearing
that's
that.
that's kind of what I'm hearing with regards to, a lot of folks talking about there
Right.
being pressure to get married. That's what I'm hearing.
When I was single, I wouldn't hear getting married. I would just hear, well, why are you not married?
Yeah, but I
Because
mean,
something wrong with you.
you would hear that. But the
kids
truth of the
at
matter
your
is,
age,
some
but-
some folks want. I mean, and there's a variety of reasons for why people do it. It might be a baby. It might be we've been living together. We might as well just do it. It might be, I'm so in love. I mean, there's a lot of reasons for why people. It might be, my clock is ticking.
I can tell you why.
I mean,
Open up,
it could be a lot of reasons. Now, I don't like what Gris just said. You need to go find a husband,
No,
because
I agree with that.
agree that
It's the best thing in the world.
It's it really.
it's not as-
But it's he who
not
finds a
for-
wife
it's-
finds a great thing,
It's
so.
not for everybody, and
Everybody should
It's he who
experience
finds
it.
a wife.
Y'all don't get what I'm saying, but
everybody has a right to be miserable. I got you.
go
You know
ahead.
what? Y'all
I
are
won't
not
go
going to
say-
taint
I won't go say it.
my rose-colored
Hey,
lenses
look,
right
man.
now.
Hey, look, man.
Your lenses
Hey, look,
cracked.
man. That's.
You're not going to taint them right now.
Well, they're gonna get cracked. Holler at me when they do.
Hey, when you walk up, when you walk up to the guillotine, what they do? Put a
Put
blindfold
a
on you.
blindfold on you.
You know
Put
what?
the hoodie on you. It's not, I mean,
You
it's,
guys are sitting in the very back.
oh,
Very
definitely.
back.
Oh,
In the
I'm
reception.
throwing popcorn. Don't do it.
Exactly. But I mean, that's we're joking, but it's I mean, there's truth in humor. The reason we joke about it is because we've experienced it. We know it. It's nothing wrong with it. We still here. I mean, I'm not dismembered laying out in my driveway just because I had a bad day in my marriage. I'm not doing it.
But Sheikah's asking, Arthur Charisma's asking, my bad. I'm like giving her like
Princess
5
Di.
different names. Princess Di. I'm giving her all type of names.
Ika.
I don't even know who I am.
I don't know who she is right
Hey, you know
now.
who you are. You like,
I don't
you
know
like,
who I am
you
right
like, you
now.
like Grady on 7 and
I'm
2nd. Never
telling
getting
you.
Lamont's name right.
I never. I'm sorry, but I'm hearing her say she is asking for those that are happy or even not happy.
Why don't we share the
those
happiness?
Those that are in marriage or committed relationships to show her what that looks
But
like.
not her, but people.
But people, yeah,
and my
I'm sorry.
and my response to
Yes.
that is, while I understand that and while I respect that,
Just get
there
it.
is no obligation from anybody to do anything like that. If you see something that you like, then emulate it. But no one has to come around and just be blissful in front of you just so that you can figure out that you might want to
I
be
just
blissful
told you
one
those
day.
people are in caves.
Okay, fine.
They're
Fair
not
enough.
in
Fair-
caves.
fair-
Yes,
fair
they are.
enough.
They're in caves.
You know,
No, they're
fair
not.
fair enough. But what I'm saying to you is, you got to create the world that you live in, because those married people who are in those caves happy, just like the
And they
ones
stay
out
in
the
the
caves
cave.
that's
They don't
miserable, they are all doing them.
But you say
They doing them.
You say the cave like it's a bad. Like I sometimes I like my cave. My
That's
cave.
great.
My cave has 300 channels, including porn. My
Oh
cave.
my gosh.
my cave.
Lord, that done went to the
Yeah.
left.
I'm just,
It
it didn't go. It
left.
didn't go left. You had no idea how much more husband she would have if she watched the porn with him.
Right. You know, I mean, my
I mean,
cave is
quit
going to.
saying no.
But there's places for the cave. There's places for, the merry-go-round. There's places for everything. It's not just a one line. It's not a one-end avenue. So the type of situation.
Is this question more about you found somebody or they found you? So where can I get the same? Is that how the question is going? Like, okay, you found someone, or he found you, or she found him. Mm-hmm. So why can't y'all introduce me? Or, okay, well, can we go back to that same place that y'all met, and maybe I'll find somebody?
Not necessarily that blunt, I guess. Not necessarily to that extent. I'm just saying that most of the happy married people, which I probably can count on this one hand, they don't come out, they don't talk to me, they don't interact.
They don't like you.
For the most, and that's how it usually is with most single people. Single people hang with single people. Married people hang with married people.
But that's how it's supposed to be.
They stay at home and they just watch the boob tube or whatever all night.
All right, look.
That's how that goes. Okay, I have to plug this number for Legacy Internet
You
Radio.
said it like it's a problem. What the hell?
I've been told.
She was voluntold, everybody. Voluntold.
Let me say something, y'all, because clearly you people have no idea, and I said you people on purpose, have no idea how to do behind the scenes,
we were
type of directions. And she said, I got to plug this phone number.
All right, here go the number.
This one here giving out government names. She might be wanted somewhere. And
I done changed the names for her. Go
Let me give
ahead.
it. Okay.
Say it.
Ocho.
Zero.
Cuatro.
You killing me.
Cuatro.
Cero.
Dos. Ocho.
Nueve.
Tres. That's 804
Yeah.
402 2893.
I'm really not liking her.
I hope y'all got that.
Where's the fun? Look,
So what's fun?
what's the fun part of this Diva Diary? Because you got me all serious and heated.
I ain't giving you the number no more.
Look, hold on. Can I say something to the point? Single people hang with single people, married people hang with married people. That's got to ring a truth to it. But single people are single for a reason. Oprah is single for a reason. The only reason Oprah is single, she dedicated herself to her career. Otherwise, she wouldn't be Oprah. She's content with it. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not putting down saying that single people are looked down upon by married people.
How do you know that Oprah wouldn't get married if she met the right person?
She
Maybe
said
Stedman is not the right person.
She said that she's
not only did she say it, she showed it.
And see, the fact that you even asked that question tells me, and I say this respectfully, even though it's not going to come off that way, but I think that many of us are brainwashed into thinking that this is what we have to do. Like, we have to couple up, we have to pair up, and we have to do all of these things. Oprah has said on more than one occasion that she is completely content with never getting married and never having children because she has a world of children. She's always said that. And Steppin has been her companion for, as far as we can tell, 30 years. Mm-hmm. And so if there is going to be the one, I would guess that it would be Steppin. Right. And so to ask that question concerns me because it tells me that there is a pervasive thought that we have to do this.
No, that's not
where
I was
name ain't on that
from.
life.
Well, that's where it came off, and so I want you to clarify that because you have also stated that you're happily single, but in some of the other things that you've said, I do tend to agree with Toyana in a sense that, I call bullshit on some of it with you. To be honest with you, I think you want to be with somebody. I think you want to be coupled up, and if
I never said that I didn't.
And I think that coupled up, if it ended up, I think if it ended up going further, you would be right behind her down the aisle. That's what I think.
This is what I feel.
I done put it on you. Whoopi Goldberg style.
This is what I feel. I've never said that I was 100% against marriage. I never said that.
Of course not.
Okay.
No, you didn't.
What I'm saying is,
that's true.
I'm
you never
single,
said that.
I'm happily single. I would like a companion, and if it led to marriage, then I would get married. But right now, I'm not at that point, and I'm happily single.
You should be getting unhappily single.
But where does married people and couples come in to the parallel of what you just said?
How do you get married from? How do you transition?
With that, because
how do you transition?
Right. If you let me tell you, if you openly tell a single guy, mm-hmm. I'm happily single. I'm good at being single. We can be companions. We could be
that's what he's gonna get.
Homie love affairs. trust me, it ain't going no further than that. You got to give a man at this age
directives.
You got to give him something to shoot for.
Well, if I felt
you don't control that.
The feeling that
You
me and
don't
him are
control that.
leading to that
That's where
direction,
she got the issue.
then that would happen.
You don't control that.
I didn't say it would, but the two of us would control that.
No, you don't have no decision in that. I mean,
I
to
don't know.
to get married, it's almost in the pimping game. To get married, you got to get chose. You got to get chose. And in order to be chosen, you have to. Most upright men have to have something to shoot for. If it's no challenge at 28, 29 years old, if there was no challenge for me, I would be so content with just sliding on through. In those days, they didn't have Twitter and sliding in the DMs and Facebook messaging left and right. And if I was single now, I swear to God, I would not know how to operate in this environment with all the tenders and all the opportunities that I would be so.
It's easy to.
I would be so inundated with the singleness of it. I would not be focused on trying to settle down. And I can see why people single these days would say that. But women don't have any control. I hate this. I don't like to say that. Women have control. It's what you put out, though. That's where your control is. It's what a woman puts out. If a woman puts out that I'm happy
I'm
single,
miserable being alone.
But
Please marry me.
I've always,
That's the message
I've,
I'm supposed
I've
to put
always
out.
said though. I've always said though that
Yes.
if a woman realized the power that she had,
Absolutely.
she would have a different life if she wanted it. Because the truth of the matter is, I almost said something crap, which I try not to do.
You want to pass it to me so I can say it?
No.
Okay.
I try not to do that on the show. But, the ones who roll their eyes when I say that are the ones who don't realize their power. But Toyana realized her power because I could tell by the look on her face when I said that, because I've always said that. And she used to roll her eyes at me just like you just did when I said that. Just now, she said yes. You know what I mean? Today, she's saying yes. But for the last, 4 or 5 years since I've known her, I've always said that. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, would you say what I just said was accurate? Have you heard me say that in the past? Have you heard me? Now, have you always agreed with me when I've said that?
Absolutely not.
But you agree with me now.
I do.
Tell me why. Tell our listeners why.
Well, I chose to make that happen.
You got
Okay.
off of that stink horse.
Well, I'm not gonna say I ain't no stink horse.
No,
now.
I'm just saying you got off of that. I ain't going.
No, let her finish. What
No,
you
it
saying?
wasn't. It didn't happen like that. I would just say that I had an opportunity,
There you go.
and that opportunity presented itself in a way that it led me to be curious. But just like what we're just sharing, that I had what I was going to do and what I wasn't going to do. So, my fiance knew, I want to get married and I don't have any kids and all that. I set up that platform for him, but it was really up to him to see if I was the chosen one. And he would say it, he chose me. So I'm kind of laughing because that's coming out of the mouth of a man who says, well, I chose you. I chose to put this ring on you.
Because he could have put it on a lot.
Somebody else. I wasn't shocked to know there was someone else, but I chose to say, you know what? I want to be happy and I want to give this a try.
Right.
And if it doesn't work, at least I tried.
But you know what? Though?
I'm about to say my N-word.
I got you on that.
And you probably said something else, but that's
No. I mean, you essentially we're kind of on the same page. But when I say a woman not realizing the power that she has, when she has a man that's around her, if he's really digging her, she can pretty much get him to do whatever she wants him to do if he's digging her.
Why are you laughing like that?
Because she knows.
I know she knows.
She has found out the secret.
Yeah, I know she knows.
And the thing is,
yeah,
she's validating what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's
You know,
okay. You're right. That's what you want to hear.
No, it's not that, because I'm not
Living
driven
up
by
a lot of
having to
power.
be right. I'm not driven because I don't really care what people think about what I say. You know what I mean? I'm going to say what I say, and I'm going to feel strongly about
Leaving
what
it
I
at
say.
Okay.
And if someone disagrees with me, great. You've disagreed with me for as long as I've known you.
Yeah.
But we have a common ground now, because whether you agree with it now, you at least understand what I meant when I was saying it. And I honestly also believe that for a woman to get the best jewel on how to deal with a man, she need to be talking to a dude.
For sure.
You know, and for and for a man to be able to understand a woman, he needs to be talking to a woman. You know what I mean? You got to have somebody around you that's schooling you on how to deal with the bullshit that you're dealing with. And
Don't talk to them stanky girls,
that's just the real thing, because the truth is, single ladies, don't be talking to your bitter chicks that's single just like you. You know, fellas, if she's getting on your nerves, don't be talking to another dude whose lady is getting on his nerves. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? And so you got to figure out, if you're looking for wise counsel, Diva, you know, I understand that you're thinking that the wise counsel should come from someone who is already in a committed and fun relationship with someone else. I think if it was me, and I'm not telling you what to do, I'll tell you what to do off the air, you know. But seriously, I would personally, if I were you, I would readjust who I sought wise counsel from. I wouldn't worry about seeing it from couples.
Yeah.
Well, I would say, if anything, not advice.
Well, I don't know how this became personal, but
right?
okay.
I'll try to get.
It's not about
single.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just say, just going back to
care?
what you were saying about singles getting to know married people or those that are in a relationship. Then, you know, I think that as a single, we should, you know, not be intrusive, but kind of ask.
Yeah.
You know, ask. You know, hey, can I hang out with you? Or
No.
and you're gonna have that no. But I will say
we're
that
not going to come to y'all because y'all are happily married. We're not going to come and be a third wheel and hang out with y'all.
just
but you
doesn't-
feel like you.
Yeah, well, sometimes
but
the
see that you
motorcycles with the 3 wheels are the coolest ones. You see them joy ride
But you
down
know
the road.
what?
Like the Hogan's Hero.
Being a third wheel may be your opportunity to find that fourth one, just so that you with that. It's opportunity.
I don't
It's
hook
time and
nobody up.
place.
Yeah,
it's
I
not
don't do
about
that.
hooking. It's not hooking. Nobody hooked
learned
me
that
up.
lesson.
Right.
Okay, Marcus, you did not hook me up.
I didn't say
It
I
just
did.
happened by
the
happenstance.
love
Yeah.
revolution had something to do with
I
that.
think an entity might have had some
Right.
hand in
Look,
it.
this is what I
Not an
said.
individual.
A lot. I think a
Y'all
lot
need
of
to put that on the program. You know,
The Love
our things
Revolution.
too, Love Revolution.
All I'm saying,
Really?
all I'm saying is the Diva, who is our leader,
Absolutely.
and yours truly, who helps out.
my
I feel as though
Pump it up.
I feel as though she and I, you know, had his or hers Cupid arrows.
Really?
And we shot you square in the ass with it.
You are so grimy on that one.
Yeah.
My
Look,
mic is turned off right now.
Look, single people are not going to listen. Some single people don't even want to listen to married people advice because they've been either they have been single for so long and they can't comprehend the efforts that it takes to be married. Like if the toilet paper over the top or underneath.
Oh, it's underneath.
It should
See?
be on this so it can roll quicker.
Huh?
It's
See?
underneath in our
Now,
house.
if a married
you have
person,
an
if a
old
married
man.
person said your marriage is gonna last
Underneath.
the extra 10 years if you let it come over the top, would y'all let it? No, y'all could be like, fuck that, I want to get it. It's not gonna work. Y'all don't even want to listen to that. So bottom line is, it ain't no advice. Nobody can tell you how to live life.
Well, I'm not specifically
Or share a life
saying
with somebody.
advice, but just
Pointers.
modeling
I'm
seeing it happen.
I'm gonna give you,
You know
some
what I'm
great
saying?
models. You say you know a lot of people that are either married, that are peers, and some are going through divorce, and some are separated.
Yes.
There's your model.
That's a bad model. I don't
No, it's
model
not.
that.
What are you expecting from? What are you expecting from marriage?
Someone who is happily married, or a
Mhm.
couple that's
That's
happily
a-
married, rather.
let me tell you,
I
this
would
is not a
want
joke.
to kind of watch what they do to.
There's no such
learn.
thing if you get married at 30. Let's say you're 30 and you're going to be married for the rest of your life. Your life expectancy is 85. 30 and 85 is what? That's 65 years? There's no such thing. 55. There's no such thing as 55 years of happiness. There's no
Right.
such.
Of course, you're gonna have problems, but
So if you have a problem, it might be a good problem that gives you a wave. It might be a dip, a heavy dip. Like it might be a hellified problem. You're gonna be unhappy. I mean, people gonna piss you off, especially if you up under them all day. You got to
Right.
wash their drawers. You got to smell their breath. Morning breath. You got to see the hairs in the sink.
See, you turning me off even more.
No, I'm saying I see this. I see it. And they're my
This
hairs.
what you want?
No, it's not.
This is this good
That's
companion. This
beautiful
that
thing.
companionship you
Well,
want.
All
I
that
can
he
put the
said is
companion out if I
beautiful.
need to.
That's
This
okay?
is just what it. What
need to
do
go
you?
somewhere.
What do
It's
you?
beautiful.
So I think you saying, and I'm not saying you, but I'm thinking people that of your mindset are saying, if I got to go through all that, I'd rather do it by myself. I don't want to have to share my life. I don't want to share the toilet. I don't want to share the toilet paper. I don't want to share the responsibilities of. I don't want to share the responsibilities of taking care of home because I could do that all by
No,
myself.
Well,
hell no, you got that wrong.
you-
I want somebody to come and help me out with my
No,
place.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you. Not tell you because I'm sitting there getting. Because I know you personally. I'm gonna tell you what kind of wife you're gonna be.
Can it like right now?
Okay, because I'm gonna tell you. You can drive.
Okay.
You can drive him
Thank you,
crazy.
Toya.
804-402-2893.
Get on your side
I
of the
think you
ring.
just,
All right.
Ding,
I
ding,
think you
ding.
just saved your sister there, Diva.
Because I'm about to
Ding,
transition
ding,
Yeah,
ding.
transition. I'm about
Yeah.
to tell you about
to the
yourself.
hot topic.
Separate, separate.
804-402-2893 is the number to dial if
Fighting
you
over
want to.
here.
If you want to take Grizzy's side, if you want to take the Diva side, if you want to remain neutral, like Toyana and yours truly, Diva.
Okay, I'm about to go polar opposites on this one.
Yay.
I found an article on your favorite website,
The Huffington
the
Post.
Huffington Post, and it was about Madonna. Madonna basically was saying that men her age are not dateable because she feels like, you know, she's 50 plus or whatever. She feels like men her age, you know, they're either married with children or they're kind of dry, don't want to do anything or impotent or whatever the issue is.
Mhm.
She likes dating younger men
All right.
because she's a live wire that likes to do things and go places and stay active.
Good for her.
Okay, so I'm gonna read you like a quote that she said. Let me pull it up real quick.
You must be my lucky star.
Nuh-uh. Like a virgin.
She
Y'all killing me, man.
Touch for the very first
yeah, y'all keep singing
Come
while I pull
on,
this up.
folk. Sorry.
She says, most men my age are married with children. They are not dateable. I'm a very adventurous person, and I also have a crazy life. I'm a single mother. I have 4 children. I mean, you have to be pretty open-minded and adventurous to want to step into my world. People who are older and more set in their ways are probably not as adventurous as someone younger. So I guess my question is for the panel here, what do y'all think about cougars that like to date
You know, I know
younger
where you're
men?
going with that, man. All right, ain't nothing wrong with it. Each his own. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Because if I was an old man, I want a young thing myself. So, okay.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with it.
Okay. Toyana?
Madonna, though, she looked like Tales from the Crypt Keeper.
Oh, goodness.
Without that makeup, I'd have seen a picture of her. I don't know why any young boy would want to get up in that.
Because it's Madonna.
Yeah, just for the name value. That's
why.
it. That's it.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
she tried a lot of
she wasn't
fun.
hot to me when she was supposedly hot. I mean, I never.
The first one
Madonna.
with the
I
white
never-
dress.
I never got to Madonna.
The 84 Madonna was maybe all right. But after that, I wasn't into it. But I mean,
I always loved her music, but to look at her, I never liked her videos. I didn't.
yeah, she wasn't all. I mean, look, looking back at it, she wasn't all that. But to your milfy question, there's nothing wrong with that. Kudos to the old lady that's getting some from the young buck, and kudos to the young buck from getting it from
like
the
them
old lady.
skinny girls anyway.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay,
for me.
Toyana?
Oh, Toyana. Okay.
Yeah, if you were, you know, older and single, what would be your thing? Would you be still looking for an older guy or a guy your age
I
or a younger guy?
I would look for the Trey songs and the
What is that?
and all that. I mean,
Age
yeah.
appropriate, ladies.
Yo,
I
have you
mean-
seen Trey Songz' moms, yo?
Ooh, I mean,
Yeah, I have.
I would look for Trey songs.
Google, if you listening, Google Trey Songz' moms,
Yeah,
yo.
she's pretty.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's a cutie
I-
too.
I'm
Well,
age
you
appropriate.
know, I think with Madonna, she's one thing about cougars. Cougars is about having fun. It's not about getting married. And I may be wrong, so correct me. I think they're just older women or mature women who just want that companionship, that boy toy. And to me, if that's what you like and you do well in it, then that's fine. But I also know with cougars, like you look at what is it, Demi Moore? And Ashton Kutcher, what did they last for? Maybe about
They didn't
10
last long.
years.
They lasted a good little while.
Okay, then you have Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon. They
Right.
last about maybe about good 10 years or so.
Sure.
With that. So, I mean, there's gonna be, if you are a cougar thinking
They
that
got
you're
an
gonna have
expiration date.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and it's either you or it's gonna be their maturity level that they're gonna want something else. But I mean, I'm all hands down. I mean, older men have been dating younger women from years at a time.
yeah.
And if this is acceptable, then I'm okay with that.
How much fun
Right,
can one person
right.
have, though? Mark, you
Yeah.
got to take on this?
Now, dressing young
do.
and you're a cougar, I got a problem with that. When you are at, Forever 21, trying to wear those clothes that the little girls are wearing, or
I'm
Charlotte.
about to give up sneakers. I'm about to give up
Well,
sneakers real soon.
When I get to be 50 and turn into a cougar, I'm a cougarette right now.
Okay.
But when I get to be a cougar, I'm going to wear leopard bodysuit
Uh-oh.
with a leopard hat and some
Wow, I
leopard
think
shoes
Strange
and
right
a
now.
red belt. And I'm going to be stepping.
Are you
that's
serious?
right.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Watch me.
She's a-
Wait, Timo.
Okay, so all the animals,
We gonna make
beware.
a-
If I'm not
All
married by
leopards.
then, watch
We
me.
gonna do
Beware.
an intervention. Mark, you got to take.
Hakeem
Hey,
says
Hakeem.
Hakeem says that cougars are older women who are going through a midlife crisis. They seek reassurance. I ain't mad at him. No, I'll play with a cougar or a saber-toothed tiger if she good looking enough.
Saber-tooth, that's
I
a
don't agree with
octogenarian.
that. Very confident
That is
women
so wrong.
to even do that.
Nah,
to be
nah.
older and go backwards and date
Okay,
someone
so you-
half your age, that takes
Yeah.
confidence.
I mean, you don't think like
It
Lynn
does, but-
Whitfield or Angela Bassett, you don't think those women and their age and, would be a woman that you would date?
If you asking me,
I have a unnatural fear of Lynn Whitfield, so I can't
yeah,
speak.
she's scary.
She creeps me out.
She don't
man.
creep me out.
She creeps me out
I
so
like 'em.
bad.
Pretty.
I think I like them crazy
Angela
ones.
Bassett.
Pretty, but she's
Angela Bassett is when you open up a book right next to the actual wild cat, there's a picture of Angela Bassett next to Cougar
Word.
because she is the
She's the
epitome of it.
ultimate
I mean, my take on it, I totally disagree with Hakeem on this one. Love you, bruh. Disagree with you on this one. I just think that she gets horny just like he does. Well, most women, some don't, but most of
That's
the time.
the peak. That's our
But
peak time, right?
who knows? Depending on how old she is, I mean, scientifically they say that women start peaking sexually in their 30s, and in late 30s, early 40s, and guys typically coming out of their 20s, is when it starts to peak. So physiologically there is a physical match there, and I get it. As far as older guys with younger women, I mean, the truth is, when you're 23, you love a 23-year-old woman. That doesn't change because you're 53.
No,
you
sir.
still like a 23-year-old woman.
Yes,
you know what I
sir.
mean? So, I mean, I know ladies, who are not 23 anymore don't like hearing that, but I ain't half stepping when I talk about that.
Word.
As far as cougars, I have absolutely no problem with it. Me personally, not really seeing that, is something that I would do.
Right.
But I mean, if it was Angela Bassett, yeah, I think I could do it for her.
See, if you're a cougar, you
I
got to
think I
be
could do it.
you
I
have to
could do
be
it.
extra.
Did y'all see the Angela Bassett picture that was floating around the internet a couple
No,
years
what's
ago?
that?
I'll
She's
pull it
tight.
up
She's
and
tight with
I'll
it.
show you why.
Yeah, she's in shape.
Yeah, man.
Tina Turner too.
Yeah, I
Shoot.
can't do the Tina Turner thing. She's right up there with Lynn Whitfield for me. I can't
She
do the
should,
Tina
really?
Turner thing.
She
yeah.
hot though,
I
man.
mean,
Those
shit,
legs.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
But you see, it's got to be
70-some years
some. If
old.
you're an older woman, it's got to be something extra. It's got to be some physical attribute that you look, makes you look young. If
You're
she's,
speaking as a man.
Yeah, we speaking
Yeah.
as men because we men.
I
Well, I
need,
know you men, but I'm just saying.
I
as
need-
a
I
I mean,
mean-
a lot of times you want us to not you. I'm just saying a lot of times that women want us to say these politically correct things, but
Not
we're
tonight.
not even just not tonight. I mean, I think that if we are, the whole point of this segment was how do we get to the healing? How can we heal?
Right.
And I think part of the healing is we keep it 100 with each other. Men like women. We like looking at women. We like touching you. These are things that are natural. And I think oftentimes we have been not made because we won't do it, but oftentimes the theory is that kind of behavior should be suppressed. You know what I mean? So he's such a nice guy because he didn't talk about how you looked. Okay, but trust me, when you wasn't in the room no more and it was just him and his boys, he said some stuff that you probably wouldn't like that he
For
said
shame.
in front of you.
It's nothing wrong with
Of course.
complimenting a woman,
Yeah,
but
but
you ain't got to be crass with like,
It's
God
crass.
damn,
Yeah,
go ahead,
well,
look
of
at your
course you don't. Of
ass.
course you don't want to do.
That's
Of course you don't want to do that. Of course you don't want to do that, and certainly not in front of her. But that's how men talk. That's just how men talk. And if it's just men in the room, it's a couple of dudes in the room, then yeah, they're gonna say some stuff that if you heard it, your eyes will bug out of your head. I mean,
Y'all don't want to hear some of the nastiest, dirtiest, foulest things that men have said behind your backs while y'all left the room. Let me give you some
Well, we say 'em
examples.
too.
Well, exactly. That's where I was going.
Exactly.
That-
But we know how to shut our mouth and not
Ain't
tell
no
you.
need to shut it up. Let it be known.
I like the way you hang in there.
Yeah,
Let me touch it.
Thank you. If
We
you
ain't
said
gonna
that,
say that.
if you said that to a guy, he should be like, all right, let's see what it is then.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so in the middle of this conversation.
I was just saying, if a woman says that in a club or a social setting to a guy, how's it hanging? Just like if a chick,
Angela
Lord,
Bassett.
with the tangerine dress, I got
Yeah,
the color
man.
right, didn't it?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I saw that picture. I said, "Wow, okay, Angela Bassett."
She's nice, but if a woman says, I mean, I'm all about open expression, and there is really, and I get chastised about this a lot. There's really no boundary you can cross short of making me bleed, like physically hurting me. So you could say just about anything, and it's going to bounce off of me. I'm not saying that as to be all tough and rugged or anything. That's just the type of
I
person.
gave the guy something, so
You're not
this something for
sensitive
y'all
like
now
that.
too.
It's just
This something for y'all too.
Oh, y'all got
Let women turn it all the way around then so I can see it. Woo!
Oh, yeah, you just,
There you go.
Oh, y'all sound like a bunch of
Hey,
construction
it's
workers. What is wrong with you?
Now, if we,
Chocolates.
notice,
You said
notice,
Beyonce.
notice that for the record, I showed Grizz a picture of Angela Bassett looking very Angela Bass.
she had on a dress.
Yeah,
I
ass.
said she had on a
She had
tangerine.
on
And it
clothes.
was very, and you know, he said she had a nice tangerine dress. I said, yeah, that's
Yeah, she
Angela
had on
Bassett.
her clothes.
I showed these two
She has
cougars.
no shirt on.
I showed these cougars Idris Elba, and you heard them sounding like on the construction site,
Yeah.
like you said, Grizz. Woo, woo, yeah.
Like y'all ain't never seen a man
Taco
before.
Oh my goodness.
Lord have mercy.
I didn't say anything about his anatomy.
Oh my goodness.
Doesn't matter what you say. I mean, your body language said he could get it.
Hakeem is disagreeing with me. He not feeling the young girls, the 20-somethings. He said they look like babies to him, and they act young to him. You know,
How they act don't matter in the bed.
appreciates the pretty face, but he's
Wow.
not feeling them. He said,
Wow.
plus they lacking in skills, are selfish,
True
and
that.
considerate
True
in the
that.
bedroom. So,
Yeah.
you know,
I agree with you on that, Hakeem. They don't know what they're doing, but sometimes you just need to
hey man,
just need to have your way with Ryan.
I mean, it's to each his own. I mean, to kind of put a bow on it, to each his own. If you're an older woman and you like a younger man, you're not going to get no argument from me. I mean, I might kind of look funny because it's something that I may not be used to seeing. But hey, I see two dudes walking down the street. I'm gonna look funny at that too. I mean, you know, anything that's outside of the norm that I'm used to, I might kind of look at it a little bit funny. But at the end of the day, I ain't got to go home with her. I ain't got to go home with him. Y'all do what y'all gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And I think that as individuals, we have to decide what, you know, is around our moral compass and what it is that we can live with. You know, if you don't mind, you know, kissing your mom's high school friend. Yeah,
You put it in that
yeah,
perspective.
because that's real talk. If you don't,
Pull
if
your
you don't,
teeth out
or
first.
if you don't mind dating your daughter's friend, then I mean, if that's something that you okay with, then that's on you. You know what I mean? And anybody on the outside that wants to judge you, give them the middle finger, tell them to kick rocks.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Do we want to proceed, take a break and proceed, or do we want to wrap this up?
let's go ahead and wrap up so we don't lose too many people. We can take our final break of the night. We'll do our rants, we'll do our closings, and anything else that we want to kind of get into as far as maybe putting a bow on the things that we talked about here, we can do on the other side. I got Jay Grizzy, I got Toyana,
Hey.
and I got the dating pool Diva.
Ow.
Yours truly. And you know, half stepping with Marcus J. Young, gifted, and black, every single one of us in this room. Be back in a few.